Good morning, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for every reviews that I get on this channel. I really appreciate it. This video today will be coming to you live from the treadmill right here beside me. We're going to be focusing on some solid, intense cardio workout. And for me, cardio is very important. It's good for my mood. It's good for my heart. It's good for generally how I feel. It's good for sleep. And that's why I do cardio. Cardio gets a lot of knock, especially from people that focus on strength training, but don't ever knock cardio. For me, it works. In today's workout, we're going to be doing interval training. So it's going to be 3 minutes walking, 3 minutes running. We're going to walk at 3.5 mph and run at 7 mph. We're going to do that for 30 minutes, 10 rounds, and that should be intense and fun. All you need, some water, a towel, some good music in your ear, and of course, a solid treadmill. This workout will be coming to you from the Nordic track, which I have in my basement. And as you can see, it's ready to go, and I'm ready to go. I already did my warm up, so I'm not going to waste your time with that. We're going to get straight into this workout, and we're going to kill it. Let's go. Let's get straight to it. We're gonna start off with high incline walk. I got my treadmill set to 3.5 miles per hour for speed, and for the incline, I got it set to the maximum. And for the first 3 minutes, gonna get the blood flowing, gonna get the legs warmed up, gonna get the heart going, and then we'll go straight into the running after the first 3 minutes. You can use a smartwatch to track your time. You can use a timer on the treadmill. If you don't have a stopwatch, anything that can track your time, because that is essential, that is key. You gotta track the time properly to make sure you're not exceeding the 3 minutes, to make sure you're not going too much under 3 minutes. Make sure the transition from running to walking is as smooth as possible with the incline of the treadmill, of course. Going up, coming down, you want to make sure you time yourself properly. I usually give myself 10 to 15 seconds at the end before I hit the button to go down or to go up on the treadmill, and I find that works for me. With the smartwatch, I track this workout as a high intensity interval training exercise, not running. Even though you're going to be going for almost 5K, almost 3 miles, I track this workout as a high intensity interval training. I find that works best for me. I can track my VO2 max, and for this workout, if you warm up properly before you get on the treadmill, you will be in zone 2 as far as your VO2 max goes within minutes. So for the entire session, 30 minutes full, you're gonna be in zone 2, which is good. It's good for cardio, it's good for your heart, and that's a sweet spot that you want to be. This 3-minute method, I think it was developed by the Japanese years ago, and that's one of the healthiest nations on the planet, okay? So they will walk, brisk walk for 3 minutes, and they slow it down, go for 30 minutes on, and that's how I find that this exercise is best for me. Interval, walking / running, 3 minutes pace, 3 minutes at a time, 30 minutes, sometimes 45, and it's giving me a good workout. And it's part of my cardio session, it's part of my cardio routine that I keep in my workout regimen all year round and get my cardio going, get my heart beating, and keep me in the best shape that I need to be. So without further ado, let's continue walking 3 minutes and go straight into the running. Let's go. Right, and we have completed the first 3 minutes of high incline walking. That felt good. My legs feel good, my body feels great, and I'm ready to go into the running. I'm gonna run for 3 minutes at the pace double what I walk. So I'll be running at 7 miles per hour. This should be good and it should be easy, and when I feel like I'm tiring, I think 3 minutes will already be expiring, so it shouldn't be too hard. I'm not necessarily a runner, but running for 3 minutes, if you can't run for 3 minutes, then something's going on with your fitness that you need to address. So running 3 minutes non-stop. It's not hard for me at all. So just do what's comfortable for you. I'm running at 7 miles per hour, like I said, and this will go for a full 3 minutes, and then I'll go right back into the walking with the transitioning smoothly on both. So with no further delay, let's get this 3 minutes done. Let's get this 3 minutes of running knocked out, and we will continue this for a full 30 minutes. So 10 rounds, and it will be non-stop. I won't come back here till the end of the video. So at the end, I'm sure I'll be all sweaty and dripping with sweat and thirsty and exhausted. But we'll come back here at the end of 10 rounds and talk about the end of the video and talk about how I feel after 30 minutes of this high intensity incline plus high incline plus running workout interval. All right, let's finish this running. Bang. 15 minutes in and I feel great. This feels amazing. I can feel the sweat running down my back. I can feel the sweat dripping off my beard. And I'm getting a little bit thirsty, as it's a little bit warmer in the basement today. So I'm gonna take a sip of water and just keep it going. Get to the second 15 minutes, the second half of this workout, and push as hard as I can with everything that I've got, because I wanna finish strong. And finish strong is the goal. Finish strong is the ultimate goal. Finishing is the ultimate goal. So we're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep moving. We're not gonna stop. We're not gonna break. We're just gonna keep it going. Get the second 15 minutes done of this amazing bit of workout, and I will catch you guys at the end and tell you exactly how I feel after finishing 30 minutes, or even maybe if I could go 15 more or 15 more, make it an hour. But 30 is the goal for today, and I will catch you at the end of the video at the end of 30 minutes. See you at the end. So quick disclaimer. So the camera cut off at exactly 30 minutes. So we're at the end. But I had to like splice a little bit of video together to make sure I finished the video exactly how I wanted to. The camera stopped recording, so I had to hop off the treadmill, restart the filming, and got back on the treadmill to finish up the video. So this last few minutes, I actually restarted the video. So, but I mean, I just wanted to put that out there. It took nothing away from the workout. I finished the workout physically, but the video, there was a little break. So I just wanted to make y'all aware of that. And also at the end here, I was not tiring at all. I felt like I could go 15, 30 more, but for the sake of the video, we're gonna stop it at 30. And I can tell you guys, I feel great. Looking at my tracker, looking at my watch, you can see how well this workout went. Everything was exactly how I wanted it to be. I stayed in zone 2 for 28 minutes of the 30 minutes that I was on the treadmill. So that was great. Zone 2 exercise is exactly what you want, and it's exactly what I do when I do my cardio. I keep it at zone 2. I don't try to go any harder, and I don't try to go any less. If you want to know more about zone 2, I mean, I'm not an expert. You guys can look it up. As far as your VO2 max goes, zone 2 is a sweet spot. That's what I've learned, and that's how I keep it, and that's what I feel good doing. So I just want to finish this workout with saying thank you so much for watching the video. If you like what you watch, if you like my channel, please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 200. From 200, I'm trying to get to 500. All your support means the world to me, and I will catch you on the next one. Till next time, stay fit, keep moving. Peace out.